Yes, you saw it on the title correctly, guys. We're going to be talking about celebrity ghost sex. And you think that the stories that come out of Hollywood are weird? Well, these stories are actually weirder. We'll sit down and talk about a few celebrities who've had sexual encounters with the other side. Everyone from even our godfather of the Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd, and his unusual encounter with a ghost that likes to cuddle, to Anna Nicole Smith, and even the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan. We'll also tackle the term of spectrophilia and talk a little bit about incubuses and succubuses, along with their scientific explanations. So, turn on that Barry Manilow and maybe nix the salt this time and grab that love candle as we sit around and talk about celebrity sex ghost stories. Nothing gets weirder than the stories out of Hollyweird. Hey guys, we're back to present to you another little promo from our partners over at Manscaped.com.
Our good friends during this hot summer.
Are you trimmed and coiffed, Bryce, for this hot girl summer?
At this point, it's literally like a necessity. It's so hot here in the valley. I cannot walk around with a sweater on all the time. Like, I will die. So for my safety and for the safety of those around me, it has been a necessity.
Absolutely.
Thank God for Manscaped.
So they are, coming out with this little package called the Performance Package.
Yes.
And it comes with all sorts of goodies to help you keep yourself trimmed and coiffed for the summer.
Hell yeah.
Bryce, do you know what's involved in this Performance Package?
I do have a little, I would say, inkling of what's in the package. Yes. The first thing that you'll find inside is the main event, if you will, the Olympics of manscaping, is the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. It also comes with the Weed Whacker, which is an ear and nose hair trimmer, which anyone who's seen any pictures on my Instagram knows I desperately need. And the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Ball Toner, plus 2 free gifts, which is the Performance Boxer Briefs and the Shed Travel Bag. And light side note, the boxer briefs are like so good. I'm like mad at myself when they're dirty in the laundry. I'm like, you idiot. How dare you let them get dirty?
This damn heat made me sweat half of my body weight.
Yeah, I just gotta wear them every day apparently.
Yeah, the package is pretty good. I like a good package, not to mention like a man with a really good package.
Who doesn't?
So this package has the Lawnmower 4.0 like you mentioned. It has the 7,000 RPM motor. It has an LED light and it's easy to clean.
So easy.
Just like the Weed Whacker has a 9,000 RPM motor powered 360 degree rotary dual blade system. So it will prevent nicks, snags, and tugs. And guys, if it's anything about the preservation of your balls, they do reek. They do stink. Yeah. Can you agree with that, Bryce?
I mean, I personally know I cannot because I would never stand for that. But it's one of those things where I feel like we just ignore them. In general, they're not like the main event. That's fine. But it's hot. It's summer. Like, this is our time to shine. But you gotta take care of the boys, all 3 of them.
Absolutely.
So as we head into this summer, do yourself a favor, do your friends a favor, and get your own version of this incredible package. Basically, it's very simple. They've teamed up with us, our friends at Manscaped, and they have told us you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code paranormal at manscaped.com. So it's 20% off and free shipping, and you just have to use the code paranormal at manscaped.com.
Yes.
Iconic.
Free is a good thing. Free shipping is a really good thing. So take care of yourself, take care of your balls. Head on over to manscaped.com. Welcome back, guys, to Hollyweird Paranormal. We're your hosts, Tammy Merhab Chavez.
Oh, hello. I'm Bryce Mitchell-Williams.
Oh, hello. We're going to talk about some ghost sex.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm honestly shocked that it's taken us this long. Yeah.
We're not going to only talk about ghost sex. We're going to talk about celebrity ghost sex.
If you're going to go big, Like, swing for the fences.
I know. We've heard so many crazy, weird stories about celebrities in and around Hollywood, but we haven't really touched on the weirder stories about these celebrities and their celestial knocking of the boots.
Damn. Mm-hmm. They really are just like us.
They are. Ghost fucking.
Ghost fucking, yes. Swoon.
Okay, I must ask you, if you wanted to get, I don't know, an ectogasm.
Oh, God, I need that on a shirt. All right. Yep, go on.
From a ghost, who would it be, and would you be down for it?
Paul Newman is definitely very high on the list.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's really quite high up there. Who else? James Dean. You got to go with the classic Marlon Brando, of course.
But baby Marlon Brando,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Who else? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's that thing of like, is my fear or my desire the greater force in my life?
That's a good one.
That's a tough call because obviously, if anyone has listened before, welcome back. You know that I'm a big old chicken, but if you've also listened before, then you know I'm a big old slut too. So like, I don't know. This is my own Sophie's choice. Oof.
I would have to say, okay, what sparked my celebrity ghost awakening when I was young was when I first watched Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Thackeray Binks.
Oh, Thackeray.
I had a big crush on him. That was like my first big ghost crush, along with Casper, when he turns into Devon Sawa and makes out with Christina Ricci in that beautiful 18th century gown that she wore.
Yes.
But I would say if I really wanted to get my ectogasm on, it would have to be Tate Landon of American Horror Story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But then his character knocks up Pam Britton's character in the first season. So I don't know if I want to deal with the Antichrist.
No.
Who
has time?
No one does.
I don't. Have the time. We're opening up. I just don't have the time.
I don't either. I mean, I rarely have time to take care of myself, my husband, and my dog.
Yeah, that's
Why
enough.
would I want them?
Add the Antichrist on top?
Add the Antichrist on top. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just, who has the time?
A lot of sacrifices. I just don't have time for that.
I'll never be able to pull off the Rosemary Baby haircut, so why?
Me neither.
Why
I
try?
can't. All right, guys. So before we start with the celebrity ghost stories and accounts, we got to learn a little bit about the term spectrophilia.
Yes, we do.
Yes, because that is a thing. Now, spectrophilia has two definitions. One is the attraction between humans and ghosts, and the second is the attraction to objects seen in mirrors.
Damn.
And the two meanings might seem vastly different at first, but considering that the second definition refers to arousal brought on by something that isn't really there, it makes more sense, right?
Okay.
Spectrophilia is a real thing because there are actually humans out there who have had sexual experiences or have had sexual attractions to ghosts. Mm-hmm. For example, in 2018, there was a woman by the name of Amethyst Realm who told The Sun that she had 20 paranormal lovers throughout her life. But It wasn't until she flew to Australia on a business trip earlier that year, that she came across an unbelievable surprise. According to The Sun, Amethyst quotes, "I'd not had a phantom fling for a while, and as I was away on business, starting a new relationship was the last thing on my mind." Realm, who is also a spiritual counselor, also told The Sun, "Then one day while I was walking through the bush enjoying nature, I suddenly felt this incredible energy. A new lover has arrived." Quote.
Oh my goodness. Amethyst. Oh, Amethyst.
Amethyst. Amethyst has had many encounters with having sexual experiences with ghosts.
Wow.
One of them meaning she's got her golden wings after going on the Mile High Club with a ghost in an airplane. That was another story she had. But 20 paranormal lovers throughout her life. I couldn't even commit to a pair of shoes when I was in my 20s and 30s.
No.
Let alone a ghost lover.
What is that conversation on consent like? Like,
right.
What?
Does consent matter when it involves a ghost?
I feel like we have had conversations where people were getting like exorcisms because they were being like sexually harassed by ghosts or entities or whatever, and it was like very unwanted. So I'm so interested by her. Maybe it's like the energy that she's putting out of like, I'm open to your love, and they're drawn to that.
Is it her energy or her legs that are really open?
It can be both. Let me tell you. From experience, it can be both.
Look, I'm all down for having sex with a ghost. If he is going to cool down the apartment during the summer.
Oh my God, a
wouldn't
personal
that be hot?
cold spot?
I know.
I'm sold.
Or do the dishes or empty the dishwasher.
Sold.
I'm sold for that.
Yeah.
You think about it, like having this sexual experience with a ghost, like you don't have to worry about STDs.
Pregnancy, I assume, is off the table.
Pregnancy, unless you're in the first season of American Horror Story.
Oh, right. Okay.
What else? COVID.
Yeah.
I doubt they have COVID.
Hopefully not.
God, I hope not. And I mean, if they ghost you, I mean, that's in every sense of the word of being ghosted by a ghost.
They're really taking it quite literally. That's so interesting. I wonder if all of her ghost lovers were male ghosts, or if she like experienced more just entities.
That's a really good question. I know that she's engaged to one, and I believe
to a ghost.
Oh, wow. And from the most recent article that I found on her, she is engaged to be wed to a ghost. I think she's married. And I know there was another one. I'm sure a lot of our listeners are screaming, like, what about the pirate one that married the pirate ghost? So I know around that same time, there was another woman who was a Jack Sparrow impersonator, ended up getting intimate and getting engaged and getting married to a very old pirate ghost. And then she ends up getting divorced from this ghost.
My face is aghast right now. But here's the thing. A light note. If I just can't imagine a modern person being able to be in a relationship with like a ghost, like a pirate ghost, because they're going to be like rough and tumble and like piratey, which, don't get me wrong, that is exactly the romance novel I want to read, but they're not going to like, I don't know, that seems like it'd be hard to be married to a pirate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you ready to get it on?
Yeah.
If you talk like that now.
Yeah, like we can definitely have sex, but I don't know that I can marry you. Like,
yeah.
Are you going to be mean to me when we fight? Then it's not going to work.
No. I don't think it would work.
No.
But that, I mean, at one point wouldn't they like end up like moving on in a way?
Oh, maybe she's like helping them.
Yeah. Huh. Let's think about that. Guys, you can message us. Let us know
selfish.
your 2 cents.
I'm too selfish for this. I
Exactly.
cannot be responsible for moving someone else on by my love. Like, no, thank you.
Spectrophilia goes much deeper than I originally thought, and there's a whole vocabulary of it. There's the Incubus, but not the band Incubus, who is a male form of a demon or spirit who tries to impregnate a woman with his ghost sperm, apparently. And then there's the Succubus, who is a woman spirit who is just out there trying to get pregnant by a human baby daddy.
Aren't we all?
Yes. The tales of both of these entities have been around since the 14th century, and there are different folklores attached to them all. So, for example, as depicted in the Jewish mystical work of Zohar and the medieval text of the alphabet of Ben Shira, Lilith was Adam's first wife, who later became a succubus. She left Adam and refused to return to the Garden of Eden. After she mated with the archangel Samuel. In the Zoharistic Kabbalah, there are 4 succubi who mated with the archangel Samuel. There were 4 original queens of the demons, Lilith, Eseth, Argat, Bat, Malat, and Nahama. I think I got it right. If I hadn't gotten those names pronounced correctly, my bad.
Sorry, we don't know demon queens' names.
Sorry.
Our bad.
A Buddhist scripture regarding the prayer of Avalokitesvara, the Dharani Sutra of Amagasvasa, I think that's how you pronounce it, sorry if I butchered it, promises to those who pray that you will not be attacked by demons who either suck your energy or make love to you in your dreams. So this is something that I've been a part of in a discussion in Clubhouse with the accredited parapsychologist and psychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe, who we always go back and forth on Instagram. So a what's up to him And also, guys, too, he does these amazing online courses on poltergeists, I think demonology, Ouija board history, and possessions.
Oh, wow.
And they're amazing. And he's like a walking encyclopedia of this stuff. And it makes a lot of sense whenever he talks about it and teaches these sorts of subjects in his classes. But I remember he mentioned something about the succubus and the incubus, that the succubus was this entity that people believe would suck out your energy, not really get impregnated. Kind of like an energy vampire.
Oh, sure.
Now, have you seen the show on FX, What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
There's that one character that's a vampire, but he's an energy vampire.
Yeah.
And he sucks the energy out of people instead of their blood.
Hilarious.
So
That show's so good.
a lot of people refer to that entity as a succubus for sucking out the energy. And then it kind of evolved to, well, the succubus is going to climb into bed with a male and get their sperm, in other words. Now, there is the incubus, of course, and the incubus is the male counterpart of the succubus. And there is folklore of this said demon that claims it lays on top of women and impregnates them. But the main accounts of this said phenomenon is the feeling of this heavy weight on one's body during their sleep, or a feeling of paralysis. And the so-called attack usually occurs during an episode of sleep paralysis, a condition that's even more common than the incubus phenomenon, according to meta-analysis. Now, I'm going to bring in this article that really explains the scientific approach of these folklores and legends. I feel like there's a reason why these legends or folklore of the incubus and the succubus originated, kind of like what we talked about in our listeners' tales with the lechuzas, how that half woman, half owl comes in and takes the babies of that haven't been baptized. And there was that fear, like, if you don't baptize your child, they're going to be taken away. And it feels like if you have these wet dreams or if you feel this pressure, then it's these evil demons that are causing that. But scientific researchers have found a different approach to these stories. So according to the phenomena of awareness during sleep paralysis conducted at the Trionic Research Institute in the field of medicine, there's some belief that the stories relating to encounters with the succubus or the incubus bear resemblance to the contemporary phenomenon of people's reporting on alien abductions.
Oh, interesting.
Even OBEs and NDEs, which are out-of-body experiences and near-death experiences, which has been ascribed to sleep paralysis and hallucinations from their contemporary cultures. Furthermore, the experience of nocturnal emissions or wet dreams may explain the sexual aspect of the phenomenon.
Interesting.
And let's go into just a little tidbit about sleep paralysis, which is a result of the disassociation of sleep phases. Now, according to Dr. Jan Dirk Bloom, a professor of clinical psychopathology at the University of Leiden in the Netherlands, the condition happens when a person is falling asleep or waking up. During sleep paralysis, two aspects of REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep, occur when a person is conscious. And during the REM sleep, which is the period when a person typically dreams, the body's muscles are relaxed to the level of paralysis.
Jeez.
Presumably to prevent the sleeper from acting out his or her dreams, Bloom said. But when sleep paralysis takes place, the person's mind wakes up. However, the person is still dreaming and the body is still paralyzed. So your body is not up, but your mind is.
Oof.
And I feel that that's where, sleep paralysis comes into play. And I know a lot of people have mentioned in their sleep paralysis encounters that they feel like they can't breathe, they can't move.
Yeah.
And this is a scientific explanation of why they can't move, because
Right.
your body's not up.
Right.
But then there's other people who claim that they see something dark in their room or something dark sitting on them. But I feel like, could that be our consciousness? Or that could be like, our mind.
Trying to figure out
Yes.
or make sense of what's happening.
Right.
Oof.
Now, let's head into the celebrity ghost
Yes.
sex stories. So we're going to first start out with Lucy Lui.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Charlie's Angel star told Us Weekly in 1999 that she had a sexual encounter with a ghost while trying to nap on her futon. Some sort of spirit, according to Lou, came down from God knows where and made love to me. It was sheer bliss. I felt everything. I climaxed and then he floated away. It was almost like what might have happened to Mary. That's how I felt. Something came down and touched me, and now it watches over me.
But girl.
Yeah, so that's not a ghost that actually 100% ghosted. Still lingers.
No.
But that's really interesting because, like, she mentioned she was taking a nap.
Mm-hmm.
So is it something that's related to sleep paralysis?
Yeah, or maybe it's like your
supernatural.
Your like defense is down, so you're more open or something.
That is true.
But like, oof.
Oh yeah.
I don't really feel like that's consent, ghosts.
Another account comes from Billy Corgan.
Oh my God.
In October 2017, Smashing Pumpkins singer Billy Corgan stopped by the Howard Stern show and claimed he once saw an apparition in the form of a shapeshifter. Corgan was vague with what he saw, but he was adamant that he was totally sober when he saw someone go through an unexplainable, and I quote, transformation. In June of 2018, Corgan returned to the Shock Jocks radio show with his bandmates, and he elaborated slightly on his spooky encounter. According to Corgan, the story is even more fantastical than you think. He was very coy with Stern, and Stern pressed for more details and eventually let on that the person was naked when he saw them. Now, I'll tell you in confidence, Corgan said. Stern then put the pieces together, guessing the entity was a woman who Corgan slept with. While Corgan refused to provide more details, he did not flat out deny the supernatural hypothesis either. So was it a living person or was it something supernatural?
It's creepy that it was like transforming.
Yeah. I want to know. I know he said that he was sober, but I want to know, was he on any other medication? You know?
Right. Isn't a fleshwalker something normally that tries to kill people?
Exactly. I haven't heard any stories of them having intercourse with the living. Usually, like, they're out to get you and to harm you, which...
I just follow a lot of TikTok accounts that, like, talk about, like, if you hear your name being screamed in the woods or you hear someone screaming for help.
Yes.
And then there's, like, this one video and it's, like, some random guy in the middle of, like, a forest.
Oh, I saw that one.
Or there's, like, the thing that's, like, walking really, like, stilted and it's, like, screaming for help.
Help! Yes, I saw that one.
I died. I was like, no. And I was like, I think that was titled as, like, a skinwalker.
Yeah. I think it was, like, something... like walking in the mountains of the Virginias or something like that.
Do not touch the Appalachians.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
And then there's the other one I saw of the man on horseback on a ranch, like somewhere in the desert.
Oh, God.
And he was riding his horse and his horse reacts to something that then you hear this woman kind of say hello or hey. And it freaks the guy out too because he's like, we're in the middle of nowhere. And my horse reacted to something before we heard the woman's voice. Ugh. And then he does more TikToks about what he experiences on those rides. He's heard like a child crying out for help, a man crying out for help in the middle of the night. And he's like, there's no one that should be driving on this property. It's private property. So it's just very odd that these voices are coming out of nowhere. And he remembered from local legend and folklore of the shapeshifters that, you know, that's how they get you. So they kind of pose as children or young men and women crying out for help.
That's so creepy.
It's very creepy.
No, thank you. Just what I needed. Another reason not to go outside.
There you go. Or go to the desert.
Right. Like, oh, God.
Another singer comes forward with her experiences, and that is Keisha.
Oh, my God, Keisha.
Keisha's intimate time with her local ghost was so good. She even wrote a song about it. In her album, Warrior, Keisha penned a song, Supernatural, which details her feelings regarding supernatural intimacy. And those feelings are very positive. Keisha even admitted in an interview, it's about experiences with the supernatural, but in a sexy way. I had a couple experiences with the supernatural, and I don't know his name, but I just know that he was a ghost and he was great.
Damn.
Sorry, I just...
That's basically all I know about all of my exes. He was a ghost and he was great.
He just left. Bye.
Yeah.
Highlights from the song Supernatural include Baby, when we're touching in the dark. Can you feel it? I can hear the pounding of my heart. Can you feel it? When you take my body to the stars, I believe it. Boy, this love is supernatural. Can you feel it?
Damn, girl. All right.
Yeah. So in another interview that I read about her experience, at this time, she was living in Topanga Canyon.
Oh, weird.
And this hasn't been like the first story that I've heard of someone having a supernatural encounter in the canyons of Topanga.
Right.
So I've heard other stories of people who've rented apartments and houses, and they've had some very unusual experiences.
Yeah, and it seems like she was very open to it. So
she is. And I remember even David Oman had her over at the house.
Oh, weird.
And she was all about, experiencing what he had there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's all about the paranormal and ghost sex.
All right, get it, girl.
Now there's Metta World Peace, the Lakers basketball player and former artist. So the Skirvin Hotel is where we lay our scene in Oklahoma City, and it's notorious for being haunted by a very sexually experimental ghost named Effie. She's been known to get in the shower with male guests, proposition men in the hall, and stroll the hotel naked looking for a good time.
Damn, girl. All right.
Now, the go-to spot for visiting NBA teams, the hotel has a reputation for keeping players up with things that go bump in the night, and some ballers go so far as to pay for rooms at other hotels rather than deal with Effie and the other Randy specters of the Skirvin. So Metta World Peace, the artist formerly known as Ron Artest, lived up to the moniker baller when he got intimately familiar with Effie over Halloween weekend in 2016. The Lakers were in town and Effie took what she wanted. According to Metta, the ghosts were all over me. I just accepted it. They touched me all over the place. I'm taking one of the ghosts to court for touching me in the wrong places.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was definitely open to it.
Yeah.
And he's an artist, too. So this is another artist like Keisha, whom, when you're an artist, especially when you're in music, you're very open to everything. Sure. I mean, I'm not surprised that they're having these experiences. Then comes in Coco Austin. She is a designer, reality star, and wife of rapper Ice-T. Austin shared a story about a perverted ghost that has chased her all the way from Albuquerque to Arizona. So according to Coco, she claims that she was watching TV one afternoon and she was sitting on the couch at 12 p.m. and was wearing a nightie. And according to Coco, she felt as though her dress was moving up her leg. She quotes, "I looked down and got freaked out. I pushed it down, watched TV, felt it again, and I could see it being pulled up. And then I felt a guy breathing on my ear." Austin also was repulsed by the supernatural misogynist, and the ghost wouldn't take no for an answer. But once her husband, Ice-T, came into the room, the questionable spirit stopped showing up whenever she was in the tub or changing or by herself. Ugh. Which is
gross,
really uncomfortable. So this was not a pleasant experience. No. And I'm sure for the pirate bride, this is probably something that she was experiencing towards the end. Like, it got really weird and really uncomfortable.
No me toques.
No me toques. Yes. Next, we have Bobby Brown, another singer. Widower of the late Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown sat down for an interview with 2020 to discuss the recent loss of his daughter, Bobby Christina. But what really caught interviewer Robin Roberts by surprise was when Brown disclosed his supernatural sexual experience. During their conversation, Brown admitted that he slept with a ghost in his Georgia home. He quotes, "I bought this mansion in Georgia," which of course is going to be haunted. It's Georgia.
Yes.
This was a really, really spooky place. But yes, one time I woke up and I was being mounted by a ghost. Brown assured Roberts that he wasn't high or tripping, and that this ghost wanted a ghostly romp. And this ghost was 100% vivid and real to Brown.
Damn.
Yes. I'm ready to go to Georgia. I'm actually going to Georgia. I'm going to Savannah in a couple of weeks, and I'll be hanging out with our friend Enika Edenfield, whom we've had in our Haunted Savannah episode. And I'll be staying in a very old Queen Anne Victorian home.
Probably definitely not haunted.
Exactly. I asked Enika, I was like, is this area notorious for having like haunted houses? And she's like, yeah, all the houses there are old. They're built in like the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Oh my God. Damn.
Anna Nicole Smith is another one. In an interview with FHM, the late Anna Nicole Smith divulged her secret affinity for ghosts. She told the magazine, a ghost would crawl up my leg and have intercourse with me in my apartment. A long time ago in Texas, I used to think it was my boyfriend. Then one day I woke up and found that it wasn't. Smith didn't share how many times it took her to realize that she wasn't having relations with her boyfriend, but she did say she felt startled upon the realization that she was engaging with a ghost. According to Anna Nicole Smith, I was freaked out about it, but then I was like, well, you know what? He's never hurt me, and he just gave me some amazing action, so I have no problem.
Girl, all right.
I think, yeah, I mean, that is what you call a positive ectogasm experience.
Apparently. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Do not wake me up. That's the line in the sand. I'm tired. Do not wake me up, or we're going to have problems.
We're going to have an exorcism. We're going to have, a priest coming over to bless the home.
I'll bathe in holy water. Like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. Like,
we'll
tired.
Call Zachariah the witch. Can you please remove this ghost out of here?
Like, why?
Well, let me sleep.
Because I'm sleepy? I don't know. You want to do it during the day when I'm at the office and I'm bored? Like, let's have a conversation. But you want to do it when I'm sleeping?
All right. And finally, our last artist right here, actor Dan Aykroyd.
Oh my goodness.
So Dan Aykroyd didn't exactly have intercourse with the ghosts so much as he cuddled up close with one in the still of the night. Ironically, though, Dan Aykroyd is best known for being one of the original Ghostbusters. And
Who
even
are you going to call?
Dan Aykroyd, if you want to cuddle with him.
Yeah.
And even more fitting, one of the most surprising and memorable scenes in that movie involves him receiving fellatio from a very enamored spirit. Do you remember that scene?
That's hilarious.
His face, priceless. I remember when I was young and I was watching that film and my parents were telling me to cover my eyes.
Right.
And I was like, why? Like, what's he doing?
It goes right over your head.
Then my parents were like, you don't want to see that.
Yeah. It's like you don't even know when you're little. You just think it's...
And then it finally clicks.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe it's not surprising that Aykroyd is actually a firm believer in the supernatural himself. In a post he penned for the Huffington Post, Aykroyd discussed his personal experiences with those beyond the earthly realm. Aykroyd didn't give up whether or not he was the big or little spoon, but he revealed that the spirit in question was actually a gay ghost.
Interesting.
Yes. So he explained, maybe that guy was gay and he wanted to have some fun. I'd be surprised if I was his type, but when you're dead, you'll take whatever you can get.
Right. I mean, if you have to, it's already hard enough to date when you're part of the community. Your pool is so much smaller. So if you're also looking for people who are alive and open to it, that's a dark Tinder profile.
Very
you have to swipe a lot of, I don't know.
What are you interested in? Men, ghosts?
Yeah. Living people. Dan
Incubus.
Aykroyd, yeah.
Succubus.
Yeah, like, all right.
Well, guys, that is our episode of Celebrity Ghost Sex.
Amazing.
Yes, there's celebrity ghost stories. There's celebrity ghost sex.
All I can think about is that scene in MacGruber where MacGruber's having sex with his dead wife and she's a ghost, and then like they walk up and it looks like he's just having sex with himself.
Oh my god!
I think that would be like, what if someone walked in? Like, would they also see the ghost, or do you just look insane?
Right?
Like, is the ghost throwing you under the bus? Probably.
Yeah. It's like, I want this place to myself, so I'm gonna make you look like you're crazy.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. Not again.
MacGruber is such a hilarious
movie.
It's
so good. I love that movie so much. It's so stupid.
All right, guys. Well, that ends our episode. Be sure to stalk us at Hollyweird Paranormal.com and also follow us on our social media. We're at Hollyweird Paranormal. on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and HWP Podcast on Twitter. We'll be going on a little break.
Yes.
Just a little break for the month of July, but don't worry. We have another episode in store for you.
Yes.
I'll be going to Savannah, like I mentioned, and I'll be conducting a little mini-sode.
Yes.
So we won't be 100% away. We'll come back, I want to say, in early August, mid-August, or second week of August. But we do need a break.
Yes.
And I'll be traveling for several weeks and traveling to one of the most haunted cities in the U.S.
I'm so obsessed with Savannah.
Savannah. I'm excited.
Ever since I read In the Garden of Good and Evil, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. God, that was hard. I've always had like such a romantic idea of like Savannah, and I'm so excited for you. It's gonna be so fun.
I have a Danielle Steele moment in Savannah. Like I'm walking purposely throughout like the Bonaventure Cemetery, like, oh, where is my ghost soldier?
Oh my God.
To walk me home.
Hilarious.
To my Airbnb.
Yeah, right. A gentleman caller.
A gentleman caller who's from the other side.
Yeah, God.
All right, guys. And also, if you are interested in our Patreon and becoming a Patreon member, for as little as $1 or more a month, you can be a Hollyweird Patreon member. You'll be gifted in stickers, magnets, and pins and coasters. You'll be automatically inducted into our Saturday Night Ghost Club podcast society, where you'll listen to real ghost stories that we've collected from our neighbors, our friends, and acquaintances. And also, if you want to learn more about us, your co-hosts, you can definitely venture to HollyweirdParanormal.com. You can read our bios. You can tune into the latest episodes of Hollyweird Paranormal. You could venture our merch store, and so on and so forth. Also, if you have a couple more minutes, you can head on over to Apple Podcasts, rate us a positive review, please.
You can say whatever you want.
Yes. But if you do rate us and write us a review, it helps us indie podcasters become a little more visible, of course. All right, friends, take care. We will be back as soon as you know it. I mean, in a blink of an eye, it will probably be October.
Yeah.
Time has been going by so fast.
It's already July. I can't even believe it.
Yeah. When we wake up tomorrow, it will be 2022.
I can't wait.
I know. But I'm over this heat. I hope when we wake up, it's December and it's cold.
Oh, God, I know.
I know.
So brutal.
I'm actually trying to possibly summon a spirit to cool this apartment because it's so hot right now.
I was a little iffy, but a personal cool spot is like, I can really get on board with that. So I'm going to say something that I know I'm going to regret later, but like if a ghost wants to haunt me and like keep me cool, we can have a conversation about that.
How would that conversation go?
You can keep me cool and nothing else. That's exactly how that conversation will go.
You could keep me cool and no me toques.
No me toques. Do not appear to me. Do not move my things. Sure as hell do not wake me up. But if you want to keep me like a nice like balmy 68 to 72, somewhere in there.
That's nice. We
can like have a conversation. And I'll like, you know.
I would love to be a part of this conversation. Just be a fly on the wall.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get like a full-bodied apparition in my face. I don't want it at all. And they're like, "Hi, we heard that you were looking for a friend." I'm like, why? Why? There's so many other people who would enjoy this more than me. But I'll take the air conditioning.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I just got my bill for our electricity. I'm like,
yeah. Gotta love the valley.
Yeah, I know. Gotta sweat the valley. All right, friends, take care. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And most of all, stay Hollyweird. Bryce, do you have anything else you want to say?
Bye.
Bye, guys. Don't get humped by a ghost.
Don't. Or do.
Or whatever you like.
Yeah.